Hey guys, it's Gina. So, welcome back to another week of Chasing Sunsets. And I want to talk today about building families. And I don't mean having babies. I just mean, like, how do you raise a child in such a commercialism aspect world and instill some of the better values that you still want to bring into their life. And so our daughter will be 4 in December, and so today we went to the zoo, and I loved watching her. She had been to the zoo before. This was now the second time. I think the first time she was about 18 months old, so we didn't go last year because of COVID. This year we did go. We were able to social distance. We felt like it was safe. We also wore masks in areas that it was congested. So anyway, we took her to the zoo, and I watched her play with leaves on the sidewalk and a petal of a flower and try to pick up a rock. Now, she liked looking at the animals too. Don't get me wrong. That was very fun for her. But it dawned on me that sometimes we are wanting to create a life for our children. I know I want my child to have a better life than I did, and it's not that I had a bad life, but I was raised in the early 80s. My family didn't have a lot of money, so there were some times that were very lean, and I learned quickly that you don't get everything you want, and you're lucky if you get anything at all sometimes. But my mom and dad, we were fortunate. We had a farm, and so we were able to raise a lot of our food. So I never went hungry. I was very, very blessed in my whole life. I've never had to know what hunger is, and there are so many people that do. So I am having no complaints about the fact that I might not have had the newest, latest and greatest gizmo or gadget or toy growing up, because I had toys to play with. I had a family that loved me. I had a good childhood in that sense. But it didn't necessarily come from Macy's or Bloomingdale's or whatever was popular at the time. And so I know a lot of my generation. I have a lot of friends that have had kids, and one of the first things I always hear them say is, I want my kid to have a better life than what I had. And then what happens is that the kid has so many toys and is so overwhelmed. And I have been following minimalism now for about a year and trying to incorporate it more and more. I'll tell you, sometimes it is really hard because you get so emotionally attached to things, and you're like, oh, it's a bean bag, but what if I need the bean bag? It's a bean bag. I mean, yeah, we play with that one on the porch because it's a cornhole game thing, but I'm just saying, it's amazing how easy it is to get attached to things, even just silly stuff. Well, so as I watched my daughter play with rocks and leaves and point to birds and play hide and seek with the moon, that was really a fun game, because the moon would disappear. It was out this morning, so she saw it when she was in view of some trees and away from trees, and so she was playing hide and seek with the moon. That was a game she was playing, and I love that imagination. And I'm not opposed to giving my child toys. Oh, she has more toys than she and probably 2 other kids combined need. So don't judge me, because she has more toys than she needs. But I got to thinking about how you build time with your family, chasing your sunset, and how you can do that without spending money. Now, like today, we went to the zoo. Zoo entrance tickets cost money. And sometimes, there's families that don't even have, the 30 bucks that it takes for a family to go to the zoo these days. So, when we got back, you know what my daughter wanted to do? She wanted to play tickle fight. So we're on the couch. And of course, I won. My arms are a little bit longer than hers, so I won the tickle fight. But I got to thinking, it's like, wow, this is just as much chasing my sunset as watching my daughter experience something like a paid for attraction. And so I started thinking about all the other things that you can do with your kids that are very low cost or no cost at all, that can help build your relationship with them, help them learn, help them explore, help them become little people growing up into these assets of society instead of liabilities to society. And I think that I've got a good little list that I'm going to just throw out there. But I want to actually know, when I give you these ideas, what does it trigger in you that would work for your family? Because just because we did a tickle fight, you may not be into that. That's fine. You don't have to. But my daughter is so, and there's a train. My daughter is so into tickle fights. So it brings her joy and happiness. It fills her love cup. And it is so much fun to listen to her giggle and laugh and squeal. And it's probably why that Tickle Me Elmo was so popular like 15 years ago. I don't even remember. But anyway, because that's all it did was giggle. And there's something about when a child giggles, all your worries are gone. All your worries are gone. Now, Shelby does not know the difference between a $10 toy and a $1 toy. It's a toy. And she can use her imagination any way she wants to. So the first thing that I did want to mention is that, especially when they're young and toddler's age, it's not necessary to spend a lot. We found this little rubber lizard of all things, and it was at the dollar, actually it was at Walmart, but it was 98 cents. She loves that thing. I don't know why. That I'm going to blame on her daddy, because Mama ain't into lizards. But she named it Lizzie, and Lizzie goes everywhere with her all the time. And if she does get separated from Lizzie for a while, she'll come back and tell Lizzie all about her day and what she's been doing. And so she loves that little 98-cent lizard. And it's not going to last forever. I know that. But the thing is it's brought her so much joy, and it didn't cost a lot of money. And I could probably have gone on something and bought her this like $15 lizard, and it might have given her just as much joy. Maybe not, maybe the same, I don't know, without doing a scientific test. But I do know my daughter, and I know that it probably would have been about the same. She wouldn't have been able to tell that one was a better lizard or worse lizard than what she got. And so, you know, sometimes going to some place like a Dollar Tree, and you know, they've actually got some really great things, and you can get crafts there now too. And I don't know if you've been following along on these, but some of their craft stuff is amazing. And if you've got some younger kids that are maybe like 5 to 8, or even in their preteens, because my stepkids like to craft too, and we'll go to Dollar Tree and maybe spend $15 on just a whole bunch of stuff and bring it back, and just, you know, we've crafted and we've done stuff, and or they've, you know, I get it for them and they just go to town on it. You know, and it's just, it's fun. And there's all kinds of different Dollar Tree tutorials that people are doing stuff with, and I mean, those people are very creative. So check those out, because they are very creative. I'm not that creative, but they are, and you can totally find stuff. So Dollar Tree is a great source for chasing your sunset with your kids, because you can get some great little toys, great craft things. You know, I like to get those little butterfly wings, and they're like $1, and Shelby loves to just put on the butterfly wings and you know, be a butterfly. Or they have those little tutus that are $1. They're real inexpensive. And so, I mean, there's so many things you can do, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. So then, okay, so that's the money side of it. But again, remember that probably 5 and down has no clue the value of $1. And sometimes I wonder if some of our preteens understand the value of $1. So it's a good opportunity to teach them that, because they are going to need to know that eventually. But so you got tickle fights, okay? Tickle fights completely free. On the couch, on the living room floor, whatever. I mean, you just start the tickle monster going, and then they start giggling. You don't even have to touch them. And you can then get their feet, and you can get under their arms, and they just giggle, giggle, giggle. They love it. And so completely free, 15 minutes of that, their love cup is filled. everyone's so happy because it releases all these endorphins, and you're just like, you built your sunset. I mean, you have just been chasing that sunset like crazy with that. Another idea is go out for a hike or a little walk. My daughter loves picking up rocks. I understand that a lot of toddlers like rocks, and so we'll just go for a little walk around, near our home, and she can pick up a leaf. Oh, that's like, and she'll bring it back. She's so proud of that leaf, and she'll pick up a rock, and she is so proud of them. She loves them. She's getting a little rock collection. I actually, have a little box that she puts her little rocks in, and she has a little rock collection, and she is actually trying to not get any of the same. So it's really kind of funny because she's like, I already have that color, Mama. And I'm like, okay. But it doesn't take 15, 20 minutes of your time to go for a short walk. I mean, I'm not talking about hiking up, Kilimanjaro or anything like that. I'm just talking about taking a stroll along, and you see a leaf on the side of the road or in your driveway, or a little rock, or, all kinds of different things. And you can even go get fall leaves. And I remember when I was growing up, we would go get some pretty fall leaves and put it in wax paper with some shavings of crayons and then iron them. Now, I really don't know if we even own an iron, because I don't iron my laundry. I don't buy stuff that needs to be ironed. But I would guess that we probably do somewhere. And I would guess that if not, you might be able to use a blow dryer to melt the wax to hold it together too. I don't know how that works, but I would have to Google it. But it can't be that hard to heat it up and press it together. And you make like this sun catcher leaf in your wax paper with some crayon shavings, and you can hang it in your window for fall. And so that's a real simple craft. You've probably already got it on hand. And it's pretty, and it's something that they will always remember. And that helps them chase their sunsets later too, because you've built all these wonderful memories. So another one that you can do is just put on a song on the radio. Either pull it up on YouTube or just turn on the radio and have a dance party in the living room. We came in to tell Daddy night the other night. He was watching some movie, and during the time that we were there, I'm slouching because it's telling me I'm slouching. I love this thing, by the way. During the time we just came in, they started playing some sort of a drum beat thing for the theme of the movie. I don't know what movie it was. I don't know what it was. But it was a cool little catchy drum beat. So my daughter, she starts dancing to the drum beat. And she's like, come on, Mama, let's have a dance party. So while the song is playing on the movie, while we're about to go to bed, we stopped and had a dance party to the drum beat. She loved it. Made her happy. It was fun. And then she went to bed. And yeah, it delayed us a couple of minutes. It's okay. It's okay. You can delay a couple of minutes. Take those moments and just really embrace them. So, sit down and read a book with your kids. I mean, sit down and watch a movie with your kids and actually be present at the moment. Put the phone down. Turn off everything else around you and just sit there. I don't care how many times you've seen XYZ. Right now she's totally into Doc McStuffins. I think I've seen all those episodes, or they've played in my head. I've got the songs memorized. But it's time with her, and she loves it, and it builds that relationship between a mom and the kid, and it helps to show the child, it fills their love cup, it shows that they're important to you. It builds their confidence. So you can chase your sunset and build your family up and create a really strong family without a lot of money, or no money at all. Dance party doesn't cost anything. Taking a walk doesn't cost anything. There's a whole bunch of different things you can do. So those were just off the top of my head today after watching my child enjoy a day at the zoo. And I'm just kind of curious, what are some of the things that you've done with your children that were completely free or something under $10 that they love, and it's just become like this thing that you do, or maybe you used to do it and you're thinking, you know what, we need to go do that. I want these memories with my child. I want her to grow up going, my mom spent time with me. My mom did this, and we baked cookies, and we made really crappy Christmas ornaments, and we made these really weird, Crayola fall leaf wax paper sun chasers that we'd put up in the window. She let me just pick up random rocks, and it's not about anything other than making the memory and building the love and just being there and having some fun while you're doing it. And some of those activities are not going to appeal to every family. You may have a more cerebral child. I have a very creative, active child. And so I try to find things that will funnel that energy into a productive manner. So anyway, one of the other things we like to do, we like to just go to the track at the local school because they're free to go into. You can go into them anytime. And I can just turn her loose and let her just run around. And because the track has got different colors on it for different events that they do on the track, little triangles and numbers and all kinds of fun stuff, she has created these games with that. So in the meantime, I'm getting some exercise walking in the fresh air, and she's playing the games, and we're at the track, and it's completely free. I mean, can't beat that. So go chase your sunset. Go make your family have these memories that will last them a lifetime. And that's what it's all about. That's what life is all about. Go be happy. You can do it. I will see you next week. Hey, if you would, please subscribe. If you like the video, can you give it a thumbs up? Share it with your friends. I would really appreciate it. So go have a wonderful week. Go chase your sunset. I'll see you next week. Bye.